Changing minds one thought at a time.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Motivate Social, where we bring you people who are what? Changing the world via social media. So, of course, I am with my lovely co-host, Vanessa Canterbury. How are you today, Vanessa?
I am doing well. How are you doing?
I am great. We are pumped. Today is International Women's Day, and I am so honored to have the guest that we have on for this phenomenal day, and it is Nyala Phillip. She is a marketing and income strategist, and if you don't know what that is, you're getting ready to get ready, because she is going to give you your whole life in marketing and your whole life in money. And without further ado, I will bring on Miss Nyala Phillip. How are you, Nyala?
Hey! Hi, Dr. Finch. Hi, Vanessa. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh,
It's our
it is
pleasure.
definitely an honor. Yes. So let us not keep the audience waiting. I have to ask you the question of the hour. How are you changing the world via social media?
Well, one of the things that I do is I really help women specifically. It's so funny that today's International Women's Day, but yeah, I help women specifically step into their power and turn their expertise into money.
And how do you do that via social media?
So I use social media as a way to attract new clients to my business. I use social media as a way to grow relationships, make connections, as a way to spread my message out there and really connect with the people who I'm meant to help, as well as show them how to connect with the people who they are meant to help. And if I have to say the biggest thing that I love about social media is how you're able to have a wider reach, how you're able to really speak to people that's anywhere in the world. And you know how back in the days when you're trying to run a business, it wasn't that easy, you know. You only have your local people. So social media really helps me reach a wider audience, and it's exciting being able to speak to people all over the world.
Okay, Nyala. So now that you're speaking to people all over the world and you are making these connections, what do you do with them as a marketing and an income strategist? Let's get into that, because I know people are like, a marketing and income strategist, what is that?
Yeah. Okay, so yes, let's start from the beginning. So I am a marketing and income strategist, and what I do is I help service professionals captivate and cultivate a community that converts through automated processes and systems. Now, just to give you a little bit of my background, I've been an entrepreneur for 16 years, and I started off in the network marketing world, which, you know, in network marketing, it's all about just speaking to 10 people a day, right? Telling people about your business every day, and you'll get people who say yes, and you'll get people to join you. Now, as I was going through this journey, I realized that there was one thing I was really, really good at, and it was like leading people and really helping them market more, you know, not necessarily building a business from ground up, but coming to me with the business and wanting to reach more people and wanting to, you know, use social media to do it. So when people started asking me to do that outside of the network marketing company, I realized that there was something there I had. Not only that, around that time online, it was like the expert industry was exploding. And left and right, there was a new coach coming out that was teaching something. And I just started to think I could be a coach too. I'm good at marketing. Why not? So I just started sharing the things that I knew about Instagram marketing specifically. And I would teach these webinars, and people would love the webinars. And then I learned about selling on webinars, and I just grew from there. And now that's what I do. I help other people now use social media to market their products and services. I also help them do it in a more automated and systematic way. So if I can put that in one word, that would be sales funnels, helping them be able to make money on autopilot, helping them be able to captivate an audience and attract their clients to them on autopilot, which I believe is something that most people want. Yes, we love that we get to work one-on-one with people, but we are only one person, right? It's like that professor who has all that knowledge, but they could only be in one class at a time, right? And when you start thinking about monetizing and creating products and marketing these products, this is what I mean. Using social media to reach more people, taking that expertise and splitting it up into different products that can reach and help different people. That's all what I do.
Okay. So now you have my wheels turning, because that's how I started out as well, through direct sales. So I understand what you're speaking about. But I want you to be able to take a moment to go a little bit deeper, because I know people always say they would love to make money in their sleep, right? Mm-hmm. And so what you're doing with sales funnels, give them more of an example about sales funnels, because there's a lot of things that's out there, but I know sales funnels are like, that's where it's at right now.
Yeah.
Now, can you go and tell them a little bit more about how, for example, how you could be able to set up a sales funnel for someone who is, have a business, but they want to be able to, meet the people where they're at, but at the same time, communicate with the people, turn the people from customers until now paying clients.
Right. Okay. So before I get into like the technical side of things, because there's a little bit of technical stuff involved, I feel we should more talk about the concept. In order to attract a person to us, the first thing we have to do is provide a solution to the problems that they have, right? So when we're online and we're putting stuff out on social media, that's exactly what we should be doing, putting stuff out on social media that's solving problems for our ideal clients, right? Now, when you start to put out these things on social media, in order to start the sales funnel process, you need to be able to give something away for free in return for their email, their phone number, something that is going to help you have further communication with that person, okay? So no matter what industry you're in, what can you put together that's so valuable that someone would want? Like for me, for an example, I'm a marketing strategist, and I know that the people who I work with are struggling with generating leads online. So I could say, hey, I want to create a workshop that's going to teach them how to generate leads, or I want to create a workbook or an ebook, right, that helps them, and teaches them the steps to generate leads. And that is something that my ideal client will find very useful. The key here, though, is to make sure that you're not just giving that piece of valuable information. You are giving it, yes, but you are getting in return that email address so you can further communicate with them. So now let's get to the whole tech side. Once you get that email, right, you need to be able to continue to email, and you can't do that through Gmail. You can't do that through Yahoo, right? So you need some type of email service provider or CRM that is a tool that you'll use that allows you to communicate via email to your audience, okay? So this can be something like MailChimp or ConvertKit. These are just some, different ones that you guys can write down and check out and see if you like that program. These are the programs that you need to use so you can email them further. But here's the whole autopilot and making money in your sleep thing. The key is to schedule these emails. So it's not something that you're waking up in the morning and you're doing. You're spending maybe 1 week to map out about 5 to 10 emails that takes your clients from where they are to where you want them to be, which is in your program, right? Or buying your service, your products, all right? So that those emails, that's what it does. It nurtures them. It gives them more value. It helps them get to know you more, right? You can put certain things in there that will help them reply to you so you can get to know more about them as well, and you take them and lead them into your offer on autopilot.
Oh, my goodness, Nyala. That was a very streamlined approach to it. And I love that. Now, you mentioned about the offer. What kind of offers are appealing for a funnel? Does it matter what types?
Actually, Dr. Finch, that's a really good question, and I would say no. It really doesn't matter. Products, I have a client who's a beautician, so she runs a brick-and-mortar business. However, we wanted to be able to monetize her salon and have her bringing in money from different places. So we started growing a list of people all over, and we sell products. A lot of those products are Amazon products that she is affiliated with, right? So it's not even her own products that she sells, but we sell them via email. So it really doesn't matter if you're selling tangible products, if you're selling service, digital products, courses, all of that. It really doesn't matter. It's just what you put in the emails as well as how your offer is mapped out, and that's probably the biggest struggle that people face is actually creating an irresistible offer that their ideal clients want.
I'm really liking this information because you're really breaking it down into details for somebody who have no clue to understanding now exactly what you're talking about. So I'm really liking that. What is one of the things that, like, for one of your previous say workshops that you have put together?
Yeah.
When you in the room with the client, with the potential client, and you see that they are struggling like a little bit more than the next person is there a separate program that you may have for them versus someone who catches on real quick to be able to understand and still to be able to get results? Because I know me, I'm a visual person versus a person who could be able to get it and they're like, oh, I know exactly what she's talking about now. Because you don't want them to be able to feel like they left out, but at the same time, you want to be able to get them their results as well. Do you have like a separate program for them?
Listen, it's so crazy that you asked that question. I'm going to try to answer it the best way I could. Okay, so number one, there's something that I call the offer suite, right? And that's where we create different offers for different people. So sometimes it could be people that's at different financial levels or just like you said, at certain levels in their business. Some people may already be making money and they're looking to scale, right? Or some people may be new and they're just looking to build that foundation. So I encourage having an offer suite. For me personally, how I like to do it is getting people on the phone. So when I get them on the phone, I get to understand what they are going through so I can recommend the right program for them. But I don't know if I can say in all honesty that I have a program for a different program. And I'll tell you why. I have a signature program that I'm actually launching right now, Slay Your Brand, right? And it's a group coaching program. And one of the things that a lot of us don't like about group programs is what you said, Vanessa, which is people are in different stages, and I want to make sure I'm getting my hands-on help that I need. Well, in my experience from doing this program for the last 3 years is that, it's all about the person who's teaching, if I can say it that way. I feel like when I'm in my program, I'm able to give each person what they need and meet them where they are. So I don't need them to be in separate programs. I also know how to identify when they may need me alone, where I can write them and say, hey, let's have a one-on-one, because I think you need some specific help in a different area. But I can't say that I would have separate programs in that way. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. But, because sometimes people, I've noticed that people don't know how to ask the right question. And they know what they want, but they just don't know how to ask the right questions. And so that's what made me think of those type of people that still will be able to get the results that they're looking for, but have a better understanding of how to ask that question. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And now that you say that, it prompts me to say again that I think it's the person they're working with, because I think that as a coach, let's use Dr. Finch for an example, who I watch her online, and this is someone who's very insightful, so she can see from the way her audience is moving and from some of the things that they are saying on her live streams or in her content, she can see where they're at so she can help them. So I kind of think that that is the coach's job to do. So, yes, it is sometimes hard for people to know what questions to ask, but a good coach can identify what you are feeling and pull that out of you.
I love that thought. And, you know, because Vanessa's right. A lot of people come to you and they don't know the question. And it is our job as the coach to say, hey, you know, stop, wait a minute, hold on. Now, are you meaning this? Are you meaning this? Because I'm hearing this, and let me make sure that I'm interpreting this the right way. And usually they'll say, oh, it's the first one, or it's the second one. Okay, that's what I'm meaning. And in that way, it really lets them bond with you, and then it also shows them that they picked the right coach because you can see past what's going on with them. So, yes, I love this conversation that we're having. And, you know, Nyala, I love what you're speaking on, and I want to let the people know that you're not just an income strategist. You're not just a marketing strategist, but you are now a new author. Is that correct?
Oh, my God. Yes. Finally. It was a long road to get there, but, yes, finally I published my first book in January. I actually made sure that I released it January 1st. And, yeah, I'm a new author. Yep.
Tell us about the book and where we can get it.
Oh, I should have been saying that, huh? So it's called The Brand My Biz Blueprint. You can get it on Amazon. And the book is all about helping you build a brand foundation, okay? So it's for that person who you're new. So you don't know who your ideal client is. You don't know your mission statement. You haven't dug into your story so you can come online and just stand out with everything that you're doing. You haven't done all those things yet, and that is what the book helps you do. So it helps you lay down that solid foundation. So that way when you do put your stuff out on social media and you do start marketing, you come correct.
I love it. You come correct. I love it because I know one of the downfalls of, you know, when people are teaching these people now, like especially in direct sales, is that inbox people. That's the worst thing that you could possibly do. Or better yet, tagging all the people that you see that, you know, have a great following or interacting with people that's on their page or what have you, and they start to tag you in it and you never had a conversation with them. And so for you to be able to take a book and turn that book and say, no, this is the best way for you to be able to start making those connections, building those relationships, and you put it into a book, that is very commendable. So congratulations.
Oh, thank you, Vanessa.
You are so welcome. So what's next for you? What's the next thing that you will be working on now that you finally become an author? Because I know Dr. Finch and I are both authors as well. What's next for you?
There's a lot of things that are next. In the author's world, what's next for me is I have already started working on my second book, which will be an anthology book. Did I say that right? Anthology? And it's going to be a book that's geared to foster kids. So I myself am a product of the New York City foster care, but I believe that my story can inspire some other kids who may feel like they are defeated. Their parents have left them. They don't know. They're going to become a statistic. They don't know what they're going to do when they get out of the system. And I want this book to serve as an inspiration and motivation for them. And what I've done is I've invited 9 other leaders from all over who were also in the system, so they can share their story for inspiration. My reason behind this is when I was growing up in the group home, there was never any books that matched me. There was only one that I remember, and it was called The Coldest Winter Ever by Sister Soldier. I don't know if you guys heard of that book. And at the end of the book, it ended with her being in jail, her dad dead. It wasn't a happy story, you know. It didn't show. It actually solidified that people from the system and from the ghetto and the projects, they end up being statistics. I want a book that's going to show them that you don't have to be. So that's what I'm working on next.
Oh, now, Nyala, I love the fact that you mentioned that, because that has nothing to do with income. It has nothing to do with marketing. It has something to do with your heart-centered being. And a lot of people ask that question, can I just write about my passion? Does it always have to be about my brand? And I know that you are a marketer and a brand strategist in your own right. And so it is wonderful to see you writing something that is not on brand. It's more from the heart. And tell us why you decided to make that move, because a lot of people are going to be like, oh, so that's not on your brand. Why are you doing that? Because we've always taught that we only supposed to do things that's on brand.
Well, you know that, I mean, if I could just be frank, that's crap. I mean, you don't always do things on brand. You are the brand. Your story is the brand. You know, you sharing your story is what really attracts people to you. I always share the story about years ago when I started doing hair, and I really wasn't good at it. And people would keep coming back, and I would ask them, why did you keep coming back? And they would say, because I liked you. And the more and more I thought about it, that is what happens when it comes to branding. People learn more about you, your story, your kids, your life, your background, your ministry, all the things that you love doing, and if they love it too, and they can resonate with the piece of that, that is what draws them to you. Your expertise is what keeps them there. And when that, I hope you guys caught that right there. So me sharing this story, this is my passion, because this is something that I've been through in my life, and I consider everything that I've been able to accomplish after that as something I should celebrate and something that I should put out there to make sure that other kids can do it too. Guess what that does for my brand? It humanizes my brand. It gets people to say, wow, if she can do it, I can do it too. It doesn't always have to be about what you're an expert at. So everyone that says that, Nyala is saying they're absolutely wrong. Your brand is you, and your story is you, and that's the piece that's going to make you different from anyone else that's doing what you do.
Thank you for saying that. Because, you know, with Dr. Fitch and I, we have our own brand, and we have our brand together. And for us to be able to do the things that we do, to be able to leave an empowering messages for people around the world, to let them know that you can be able to share your story through your book, through your speaking on the stage, whatever the case may be, because nobody knows your story better than you, but you never know who you can help through your story if you don't share it. So what you are doing, yet again, is what's commendable. Let the people know how they will be able to not only find you through social media, but what's the anticipation date for your anthology to come out?
Whew, okay. So my anticipation date is June 15th, and I'm really working towards that. So hold me to it, guys. You can find me everywhere online, Nyala Phillip. That's N as in Nancy, Y-A-L-A, Phillip, no S. Nyala Phillip everywhere online. And another place where you can always find me is in my Facebook group, which is DivaPreneursChatbox.com. It's a special space for coaches, consultants, and service professionals who's looking to generate more leads and sales online and want to do it with a crew of women behind them.
Say your group again.
Okay. It's DivaPreneursChatbox.com. ChatBox. Yeah.
Okay. Because you said that so fast, and I was like, Diva, but what was the next part? So thank you so much for letting us know how we could be able to find you. This has been absolutely a phenomenal interview. You gave a lot of nuggets, a lot of gems, and we need this information. So we're looking forward to more of knowing more about you, waiting for your anthology to be able to come out, and just to be able to see just another woman out there making it happen.
Thank you.
Oh, my goodness. I really take my hat off because we don't do it enough, and we need to. And so I really do take my hat off for what you are doing, what you're bringing to not only social media, but now you're going a little bit deeper and telling people your story. So continue to do you, continue to be amazing, continue to change lives, and make sure that you continue to leave an impact. This has been absolutely phenomenal. And with that being said, Dr. Finch is going to go ahead and close us out.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you, Nyala. Thank you so much for coming on and for sharing everything. I love your candidness and just your overall good heart for the people. That is one of the reasons why we asked you to be on the show, because you are truly changing the world via social media, whether it's with your summit that you just did, whether it's the Deeperpreneurs, whether it's just you doing your live streams and hoping that somebody is touched by the teachings that you give. I think that what you are doing is truly phenomenal, and I see you, and I have been touched, and I know that many people on this call have been touched as well. So,
thank you,
Nyala. You're most welcome. I want to give you a chance to give them that final nugget that you want them to leave with if they don't leave with anything else.
It's not even going to be a business nugget. It's going to be know that you are capable, guys. Know that with everything you are right now, with everything you have right now, and with who you are right now, you are absolutely capable of doing anything that you put your mind to. All you really need is to be 100% committed to what you're doing.
Oh, my goodness. That was great. Thank you for sharing that, because not everybody has that cheerleader. Not everybody are their own cheerleaders. And so just saying that every day, putting that in their mind space, is going to help them be their own cheerleader. So thank you.
Thanks.
So I want to thank everyone who listened to the podcast today. This was an awesome segment with none other than Nyala Phillip. And if you want to reach out to her, definitely reach out to her on social media. And also check out the wonderful webinars that she puts out into the atmosphere, where she pours into you greatly. So be on the lookout for those as well. And also be on the lookout for Changing Minds Online. You can find us on social media as well as on iTunes, Stitcher, Tuned In, and, of course, our YouTube channel. So until next time, good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.